What's going on, guys? It's Samurai X Jaws, and today I'd like to welcome you all to the second episode of my recommended Create a Class series for Black Ops 2. For those of you who don't know, a few weeks ago I got the chance to go out to London to the Eurogamer event where I got to play Black Ops 2 multiplayer for a couple days and got to familiarize myself with the different guns, perks, attachments, and all the sort of stuff that goes into the class system, as well as a lot of different facets of the multiplayer. So I wanted to create a series for you guys to help you guys understand and familiarize yourselves with the Create a Class system, the new Pick 10 system, the different guns and perks and stuff that you're going to see when you get on Black Ops 2 for the first time. That way when you do get on for the first time, things don't look absolutely strange to you and you guys can already go in knowing a couple classes that will help you do a little bit better when you're playing the multiplayer. So, without further ado, let's get into today's class, or should I say classes. What I'm going to be doing today is actually showing you guys one class, and then I'm going to show you a minor alteration, version 2 of that class, if you will. The first one's going to be an aggressive stealth rushing class, mainly going to be used for, objective play when you really need to get to a position, or for the beginning of a game. That's what I would mainly recommend it for. And then the second class is going to be a slightly more slower paced, rushing stealth class that you're going to want to use for the majority of a game. So let's get into it. Alright, so the SMG that I'm going to be using for this rushing class is the MSMC. Now I used all the SMGs, and I will say the MSMC is the one that I was most comfortable with. It had a good rate of fire, damage, clip size, not too bad recoil, and it just felt, good when I was using it. But that doesn't mean that the MSMC is hands down the best SMG in the game and is above all the other ones that I used. The reason why I say this is because in Call of Duty 4, that was the case with the MP5. In World at War, that was the case with the MP40. There was one dominant SMG. In Modern Warfare 3, for the most part, the dominant guns are clear in all these other Call of Duties. However, in Black Ops, the dominant SMG was not clear. All the SMGs seemed to have slightly different alterations that made them each usable. None felt terrible and none felt overpowered. So the MSMC, while my personal choice for this class, could easily be replaced with a Scorpion or a Vector or an MP7. The first attachment I'm using is the Silencer. That's to keep me off the radar, hence stealth. The second attachment I'm using is Laser Sight, which is going to allow me to have better hipfire accuracy. This is essentially steady aim from the previous Call of Duties. The third attachment I have is Extended Mags, and I'm using this because I'm not going to be aiming down the sight quite as much as I would if I would have had Quick Draw in this class instead of Laser Sight. So to go along with that sort of spray and pray mentality, I'm going to have a lot of ammunition in each clip. For this class, we won't be using any secondary weapon or lethal equipment. We're going to use a concussion grenade in our tactical slot in case there's any areas where we want to see if there's enemies in, like rooms or hallways. We can throw that concussion grenade in there and that'll give us a hit marker if there's someone right in there. Or in a different situation, let's say you know exactly where someone is, you can throw the concussion grenade towards them, then you have a much easier job approaching them, especially if you have an SMG and they're far away with an assault rifle. In a situation where they would otherwise have the advantage, you can take that away from them using the concussion grenade. Our first perk is going to be Ghost, which is obviously going to keep us off the map, but only as long as we are moving. Keep that in mind. If you start staying around in one area, it is going to show you on the radar if the enemy has a UAV. Our next perk is Extreme Conditioning, and the one after that is Lightweight, and both of these are going to help us move across the map quicker. Our score streaks are the UAV, the Hunter Killer Drone, and the Hellstorm Missile. And our wild cards are Perk 1 Greed, which allows us to have both Ghost and Lightweight, and Primary Gunfighter, which allows us to have 3 attachments on our primary weapon. Alright, so that was the aggressive stealth rushing class. That's a class you're going to want to use right off the bat whenever you're playing a small map where you can run up on the enemy, surprise them, and maybe get a couple kills. That's one that you can use if there's limited amount of time left in a game and you need to get to some objective, whether it just be like domination or kill confirm, something like that, where you need to move around the map quickly, or if you're playing demolition and the time is running out. This class that I'm about to show you is a variation of that same class. However, it's more suited for casual objective play, and it has a couple features in it that are also going to allow you to stand up against people who have, good weapons for medium to long range, like light machine guns and assault rifles. Can't promise anything against sniper rifles, but this will at least help you out for those medium to long range encounters. The first change we're going to make to this class is on the primary weapon attachments. We're going to change laser sight to quick draw to help us get on target quicker on enemies who are at medium to long range, and also we're going to change extended mags to long barrel to make our bullets more effective at the long range we may have to be shooting at sometimes. Next, we're going to have Semtex as our lethal equipment. That way we can throw it at any objectives we may see getting captured, let's say a domination flag, or just throw it in the general area where we know an enemy will be. Next, we're going to have toughness on this class because at long range, we're going to most likely be getting hit by the enemy who has an assault rifle or LMG, the long range suited weapon, and we're going to need to fight back. And when fighting back, you don't want your gun, flying up in your face and the recoil going out of control, so toughness is going to help with that. Next, we're going to trade out extreme conditioning for dexterity, which is going to allow us to pull up our sights quicker after coming out of a sprint. Because this is a rushing class, we are going to be sprinting quite often, and this can come in handy because we don't have a ton of other assets to this class that are going to help us out with those close quarters encounters. Alright guys, that's it for this episode of my recommended create a class setups for Black Ops 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please take a second to give it a like rating. I put a lot of time into editing this whole thing together. It's not like a simple commentary, and I'd really appreciate you guys showing me some love, putting a like on this video, a favorite, or leave a comment giving me any constructive criticism you may have. If we get 5,000 likes, I would be super happy. That's pretty much it guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've got more to come, so please subscribe if you haven't already to my channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.